Hands off the Stairmaster. Get him off the whole time. Not when you're struggling. You can't lean and do the Kai Green. The Kai Green lean. No, fuck that shit. Do the Stairmaster properly.
Jungle Beats, holla at me.
Hey guys, so back again for another video and a different video today. So today is a Sunday and these videos or this style of video will come out every Sunday. Now I have been doing obviously vlogs or vlogs, whatever you want to call them. I love doing them and I love filming my footage in the gym, I love sharing it, and I think in the future when I've actually got footage I'll run some training footage over this a little bit and maybe put in some sort of posing or some posing updates and just sort of make this a little bit more of a fluid video in terms of the content that I'm trying to put out. But what this video is going to be, and obviously as you can tell by the title, is it's going to be a contest prep update. I'm going to be very selfish for this video and I'm going to talk all about myself and what I'm doing to get ready for my show, obviously in 10 weeks time, which is crazy. And the first thing that I want to sort of talk about is the fact that, you know, 18 weeks ago I started this and it feels like yesterday. It really does. Obviously big changes, huge changes have happened, not only in terms of intake and the way that my schedule looks like and what I'm doing in regards to fat loss and how much weight I've lost, but it's just mental how fast this time goes. It really is. When you start a prep, just enjoy every single day of it, guys, because it'll go like that and in no time you'll be standing on stage in your posing trunks in front of the audience and being judged. It goes like that, seriously does. But anyway, so 10 weeks out, actually 18 weeks into the diet. So I gave myself 28 weeks for my first show. I am doing multiple shows this year, or the plan at least is to do multiple shows this year. So I'm not only doing the show in 10 weeks, I should be doing, touch wood, shows later after that. So at the moment, last week, the week before this one was slow. I didn't actually see any sort of scale weight drop at all. I think the average, which in terms of how I measure my scale weight, so I weigh every single morning, I divide it by 7 at the end of the week. My average at the end of that week was 0.2 down. So pretty minimal, pretty much nothing. I followed that up with a change, actually towards the end of the week, which is something that I usually do. Not so much with my clients, because my clients just check in on a weekend and we update the whole week and then we go from there. But with myself, if I feel like, okay, right, I'm stalled, I'm pretty much stalled, I haven't made a change in a while. Up to that point I hadn't made a change in like 2-3 weeks, maybe even 4 weeks if I look back at my data. So that's a long time to go without any changes. So I was pretty happy to make a change. And I went pretty aggressive with that change. I went hard. And I took away 20 grams of carbs. So my macros went from 350 carb, 50 fat, 200 protein to 330 carb, 50 fat, 200 protein. Protein will stay pretty much constant throughout, guys. It may well drop a little bit if I have to really dig, but it will pretty much remain constant. So I made that change, and again, sort of no real significant scale weight loss. Then I got into this week, and again, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I think I was hanging about the 164, 165 pound mark, which I had been the week prior. My average wasn't really going to look like it was coming down. I was like, really? Like, fuck. This is really going to happen? Like, I'm going to have 2 weeks of shit progress? And then Wednesday rolled around, like I said, Tuesday, Wednesday, when I was still in the 165s, and I was like, man, come on now, like I look significantly leaner. The scale will respond. And this is what you've got to do, guys. When you have weeks that you think, oh my god, I'm not making any scale weight progress, start looking at yourself and be open to the idea that you could be making fat loss progress with no scale weight changes. Once you open that idea up in your mind, you'll realize, Ah, okay, I am actually making progress here. Like, I'm seeing more striations here. I'm seeing slight definition changes or slight vascularity increases. If you start taking note of those changes, what you'll probably see is a reduction in stress, a reduction in cortisol, and a drop on the scale. I don't feel like I was stressed. I know what I feel like when I am stressed. Maybe I was a little bit, but minimal. So I woke up, I think it was Thursday, and my Wednesday weigh-in was, yeah, it was Thursday. And my Wednesday weigh-in was 164.6, and my Thursday weigh-in was 162.8. Completely fucking skipped the 163s. I was like, bruh, like what? Like where did the 163s go? I literally stepped on the scale, and I was like, is that right? So obviously you do the whole step on, step off, you know, the whole jazz, the whole scale dance. And I was like, no shit, I actually am in the 162s. I was like, holy fuck. So there we go, that happened. I think obviously that day as well, TMI guys, but digestion was on point on that day, so I did go to the toilet pretty significantly on that day. So that's a comment that, again, like, it seems TMI, but in reality, in bodybuilding terms, it's really not TMI. So that day was obviously good. I was kind of happy about that sort of scale weight loss. Again, don't let it get in your head, guys. When you drop loads of weight, don't think, holy fuck, I'm shredded, because you're not. Probably not shredded. I'm definitely not shredded at the moment. My upper body is like in good condition. I'm in good condition. I'm not stage shredded. I'm like beach lean. So that happened. Really happy with that. Weight training progression as a result of that didn't take a hit. You know, it was a big drop. So obviously over the course of the week, probably dropped about sort of 2 pounds if you look at Monday to Thursday. But if you look at my average is only sort of like 1.2 down because of the course of the weigh-ins at the start of the week. So average down, really happy. Had a refeed on Friday on my lower body session of 600 grams of carbs, 50 fat, which I keep the same at the moment, and then 170, 180 protein. I think it was 170 at the end of the day. So that was good. Like, that went in so comfortably. One thing that have changed my refeeds is significantly reducing my fiber intake. Because on a usual day, I'll have a ton of veg, ton of fiber. I don't massively reduce my fiber intake. I'd say it's still like similar because of the carb content is much higher, of course. But what I meant to say is I significantly reduce my vegetable intake. This is something that you probably should look to do when you're refeeding, because you want to maximize digestion rates. And if you've got a ton of vegetables in your stomach, you're going to be like really struggling to digest that. So I'd focus really hard on just trying to get as much of your carbohydrates from sources that you can digest really, really easily. Like for me, it'll be rice products, it'll be bagels, it'll be sometimes cereals, square bars, jam. I had jam on my bagels. That's a thing that I think I got from like Jordan Peters and his clients. I like the look of that, so I tried it. And yeah, just things that digest super well. It's the same thing that you eat on a normal day, just more of it usually. And obviously veg content comes down to ease gastric distress, and that definitely worked for me. Superb. Felt like all the carbs went in. Felt like I got a superb pump on my Saturday session, so I situate my refeed on a Friday, which is lower body, very tough session, followed by Saturday, full upper body, tough session. So that went well. Just whacked in obviously my weigh-in this morning and calculated my average. So yeah, it was 1.2 down, so perfect. No changes for the next week. When you have a good week, no need to make changes. So great week in that regard. Great week in terms of scale weight losses. In terms of my weight room progression or retention throughout this week, it's been a very good week of training. I've had some sessions where I do go into the gym, bit draggy feet, bit tired, bit run down. So my schedule at the moment is I have 4 sessions of cardio to complete across the week. This is going to sound like I'm eating my words, which is funny, but I did in my cardio explained video explain that I use calories to track my cardio. And now I'm using time. And the reason I'm using time is because I do believe that if you're on the same machine every single time and you're using the same variables. So for me, it's Stairmaster. I know, high impact, but I can recover from it. I use Stairmaster. I use hands off. So do not put your fucking hands on the Stairmaster. Hands off the Stairmaster. Get them off the whole time. Not when you're struggling. You can't lean and do the Kai Green. The Kai Green lean. No, fuck that shit. Do the Stairmaster properly. So hands off, stairs, 30 minutes at the moment, 4 times per week. Okay? So I do these on every day besides usually a Sunday and any lower body day. So that's just to make sure that my lower body days are good, and it's working superb in that format, working really, really well. So I'm very happy about that. So the reason I've gone over to time instead of calories is because I believe that even when I put it on the manual setting and I put in my body weight and I put in everything perfectly, I just don't trust the machine anymore. I'm doing my cardio at a different gym as well. I've got a membership at the gym, which is like a 24/7 gym. Not because it's 24 hours, but because I want a change of environment. I want to do my cardio in one gym and then my weight training session in another, because I find that if I'm going to the same gym twice in a day, I start hating it. And I start resenting going to the gym, which is not what I want. So I do my cardio in a different gym, different environment, cardio gym, weight training gym, much better mindset, which is what I talked about in my last video. Of course, mindset is very important. So that's really beneficial for me. Get the cardio out of the way first thing in the morning, then I just do my work throughout the day, and then by sort of like 4 p.m. rolls around, I'll train, and by 4 p.m, by the time that I'm eating my pre-training meal, all my work is done. I don't come home and then continue to work. That doesn't work for me at all. So I come home, I make my last meal, I watch Netflix, I go to bed. I don't continue to work. Work in the evening is a no-go for me. That's stupid. I think for me that would just ruin my schedule, and I wouldn't enjoy my job as much as I do. So that's sort of how my schedule's working. Like I said, weight training this week has been superb. I'm very glad to see that pretty much everything's either retained or progressed. Lower body sessions, progression across the board pretty much, guys. Obviously rekindling my deadlift technique a little bit, which I did put up a video on my Instagram, so you can check that out if you want. Squats still going up. The week before last I got 160 for 12, 12, 10. This week I got 12, 12, 11, so 1 rep in the tank there. Next week I'll get 12, 12, 12, guarantee you. Then my heavier squat day, I got 172.5 for 6, 6, 6, 6 week before last, and then this week I got 175, 6, 6, 6, 6. I think it was that way around, or it might have been 170, 6, 6, 6, 6, and then 172.5. Either which way, I made a 2.5 kilo jump, which is, mate, that's awesome at this stage. Mate, you know. So it's been an awesome week. I'm very happy, and I'm just loving the process. As you can tell, I'm pretty energetic. Like, comment below if you think that I'm a boring bastard. But I really do think that I'm staying quite positive and quite upbeat, and just I generally have good energy. I really do, and I think that that's a prerequisite of taking my time and just allowing enough time for the process to take place. I'm also very happy with how I'm looking, so I might attach some images here as to how I'm looking. This is how I'm looking. So this is what the physique currently looks like. 10 weeks out, probably at least 10 pounds to come off, maybe closer to 8. We will see. If I'm ready, I'm ready. When I'm ready, and we'll go. And yeah, loving it, guys. Keeping the mindset strong, enjoying the process, and just keeping on digging. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I don't keep this to myself. I want to win. I'm going at this for a win. I have big goals, and I will be chasing them. So, you know, if you're a competitor and you can relate to this, cool. Some competitors don't compete purely to win. I don't compete purely to win, but it's definitely up there on my list of priorities in terms of what I want to get done, because I'm a competitor at the end of the day. Like, I'd be lying if I said I didn't want to win, and I've spent a whole year improving my physique, chasing and wanting this like really badly. So I will continue to chase this. Thank you guys very much for listening to my selfish chat today. Let me know if you liked it. If you did like it, like the video. If you want to see more, subscribe. Subscribers are going up awesomely. So guys, stay tuned. Any questions on my prep, what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, let me know. Hope I've explained everything, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers guys.